That music far too much lately as the Coyotes drop their third straight game, and unfortunately we have to talk about it.
I thought you were going to sing.
You know what? I was singing a lot of Hanukkah songs before we went live. It's the fifth night of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to anyone who celebrates. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm rocking the menorah hat. Shout out Max Simpson. But we won't talk about Hanukkah tonight.
P has a pulse.
Although maybe if we get to a point in the show where we kind of don't know what to talk about, I can tell the story of Hanukkah. We'll see if we get there. But thanks so much for tuning into the PHNX Coyotes Postgame Show. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with Craig, Petey, and Danielle behind the Mac.
What a game! What a game we just saw.
Craig's bringing the energy for all of us.
I'm trying.
Petey has yet to say a single word.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Yeah.
I don't know.
Replay any of the shows we've done, like even from last year. Just replay them. Goaltending wasn't good enough. Turn the puck over. The team can't defend. There you go.
The highlight of my night.
Rewind it and play it again.
The highlight of my night was Danielle making me the poop emoji thumbnail that I could tweet tonight. That was the highlight of my night.
We custom made Craig a thumbnail. If you don't know what we're talking about,
nobody would go with poop as the thumbnail for me. It got shot down. Apparently, you're not allowed to say poop at PHNX Sports.
I think a lot of people went for it. Just a couple of us vetoed it.
Yeah, but we gave you your own poop
shows
emoji.
You the power I have here. But they did make a concession for me. So
Roaring Fork, I am menorah. I am. And then someone said, PD is all of us right now. Oh, Charles said it. That's true.
It's just a frustration
speechless.
level.
Literally speechless.
Deep breath. Part of this is due to these injuries. This team is not deep enough to overcome the injuries that they've had to, especially up the middle of the ice. They're not good enough. We've talked about their defending, and their ability to defend is poor anyway. It is. Like, I'm not calling it out. It's bad. We've talked about it for 3 years on this show, their ability to defend in front of their goaltender. And I thought they were, again, it was another reflection of that, where I thought that we talk about Krebs being wide open in the defensive zone. I just don't think they defended well enough, turned the puck over too much. They look very lethargic again for me. There was no Coyote jump, maybe a few minutes in the second period where we saw some jump from this team, but clearly not good enough. And when you play Vejmelka in his first game in his last 19 days, and that's the performance you give in front of him, that's really disappointing.
Yeah, well, I mean, more importantly, Shelby asks, who says no to poop? Who outdrew the Coyotes
Shelby
says feces, and Paul asks the important question, why can you not say poop? I can say poop. I'm going to say poop.
You know
or
what?
feces.
If this
or,
is the one
you know,
thing
that,
we focus on tonight, it might be better than the game itself.
I don't know why I can't say poop, Paul.
All right.
I don't understand.
Let's take a look at the numbers presented by
palindrome
Desert Financial Credit Union.
Yeah.
Very
nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Arizona's number
like
one.
ABBA.
I like the ones that are palindromes that are full sentences. Like, that's impressive. Like, you look up Google palindrome sentences and you go, wow. Like,
can you find us
and
an
dad.
example?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can talk
Let's
through
take
it.
a look at the numbers.
I had to see the way Leah just manipulated
It's like a dog. Go fetch. Squirrel. Squirrel.
I had to give Petey an assignment. Let's take a look at the numbers presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's number one credit union, named by Forbes. All right, what do we got? Shots even somehow, 23-23. Coyotes 0 for 3 on their power play. Sabres 0 for 2 on theirs. Face-off 42-58, 42 for the Coyotes. And shot attempts 58-40 in favor of Buffalo. However, the Coyotes have just not scored a power play goal in quite some time.
Well, in this whole losing streak. So it's 3 games straight now without a power play goal. They're still in the top 10 miraculously because of their start so well at the beginning of the season. When this team's not scoring, clearly they need to capitalize on the power play. And when they're not getting that, they need to get momentum off the power play. And I didn't feel they did that again tonight, too. I don't know if it's Dursey is the missing piece. Maybe he is because he's been so successful on the power play. Maybe it's Barrett Hayton.
Speaking of Barrett Hayton, Buffalo Sabres came into this game as the worst face-off team in the NHL.
How'd that work out tonight?
That didn't work out so well.
Right.
We have 3 centers out of the lineup, though. So that's probably showing up. It's not like the Coyotes are killing it in the face-off circle. They are the 6th worst team. But Buffalo dominated them tonight in the face-off circle.
Yeah. And I like Harold. Did you see Harold's comment?
Did he say poop?
Just
no, he
when,
did not talk
No.
poop.
just when you get hopes up to talk about playoffs, Yotes turn around and body slam not only your hopes. Oh, wait, you just scrolled past it, Danielle.
That's
right.
Not only your hopes, but logic to even talk about
Yeah,
it.
can't even talk about
That's
playoffs
so
again.
true. Harold.
Although St. Louis did not play tonight, so as of right
3-game
now,
win streak, 5-game lose streak.
but they're still in a
5-game win
playoff
streak,
spot,
3-game
still in the
after
second
a
wild
3-game
card
losing
spot
streak.
in the
And another
mediocre,
3-game losing streak.
the
I can't
mediocre
keep
Western
track.
Division.
We're both talking.
Conference.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Nothing
matter.
matters.
Was
Nothing
it?
matters.
Was it a cat I saw? Is the exact same forwards as backwards.
That's
There you
impressive.
go.
Was it a
That's
cat I
impressive.
saw?
That's
Flip it
impressive.
around and it says, "Was it a cat I saw?"
Warsaw was
Eva,
raw.
can I see bees in a cave? Is also the same. forwards
Lisa
record.
Bonnet ate no basil. Too bad I hid a boot. Wow,
Look at
Roaring
this.
Fork is really
I love that
coming,
we've
coming
gone
strong.
here.
Roaring Fork came through with some palindromes.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh boy. All right.
So
well,
can I?
Oh, yeah. Now we got to
So-
go back to
look,
the game,
Sox
don't we?
Bears, Sox Bears, Hawks. The Chicago guys
oh
back.
my gosh, and you just said can't put all the blame on the goalie, which is like a normal comment in our comment
Yeah,
section.
you
So
didn't
thank you, Sox Bears Hawks,
shade
for being
us.
here.
Yep.
Hit the like button while you're here, by the
Truth.
way.
Well, after the comment from Sox Bears Hawks that said you can't blame it on the goalie, I'd like to blame this all on the goalie. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I thought Vejmelka was below average, and I
Yep.
said before the game started, I said watch him. He's going to be unreal today. I was wrong. The biggest problem I've had with Vejmelka's game since the day he started here in Arizona is ability to slide around the blue paint.
Well, he
He
has an
slides-
ability. He definitely has the ability.
He slides around. So he is so busy at 6'5". Stand there. You know what? Take the steel out of his skates. Don't let him skate. Just stand there.
Just
They did that.
in running shoes.
They did that one overhead shot of the goal, and he was literally not in the camera shot.
There were some really funny messages in Discord. Like he slid all the way to Ontario.
Yeah,
You
that was
said
good.
that he slid if there wasn't a door, he would have slid into the
the
locker
Zamboni
room.
door,
Someone
yeah.
said he switched time zones. And it's funny because I'm looking at my notes right now, and I wrote Krebs goal ... Veggie with 3 question marks, and then I have Buffalo scores again 5 minutes later ... Where the F was Veggie, and I literally wrote F like where the F was Veggie. So those are my notes from tonight's game.
Yeah, it's
really a hard hitting.
It's one of those
stuff
things
there.
where you want to compact movement. You look at the size difference between him and Ingram. Veggie's bigger. Like he's a big man, but you watch how compact and easy Ingram makes it. We always say, "Oh, he looks calm." It made it look easy because he's not moving around. He squares himself to the puck, and the puck hits him, and then we move on. Veggie tries to make it hard on himself. I swear he makes it harder. He's pushing himself out of, so he's got to reach back and make these acrobatic saves. I think he needs to learn to calm it down and stay and play in the blue paint. I really do. He's got to change the way he plays.
What about
His
rebound
numbers
control?
are horrific. His rebound control is non-existent. He doesn't catch the puck with his glove. He swings at it with his elbow. And here's something you can't unsee. When you watch hockey games and somebody points something out and then you can't unsee it, watch. Vejmelka is what they call a goofy goalie, which means he catches the puck with his right hand and not his left. Most goalies catch with their left hand.
Mhm.
He catches with his right, so they call him a goofy goalie. Next time you see Vejmelka play, you see most goalies try to catch the puck with their glove. Vejmelka swings
Oh my
his elbow.
God.
He swings his elbow, and you won't unsee
You
it
called
now.
it the chicken wing.
I call it the chicken wing. His glove
Yeah.
in front of his body, and he swings with
All
his elbow.
night.
Go watch the replays from tonight. Twice he does the chicken wing at it. Hey, there have been moments he's been unbelievable for this franchise over the last 2.5 years. You look at his statistics for his entire career here in Arizona, the numbers aren't good. They're just not. So you take those one-offs, 51 saves in Winnipeg, fantastic. But he doesn't follow that up. He doesn't become consistent. And somebody mentioned something in the Discord, Craig, Aiden Hill versus Karel Vejmelka. And I'll tell you this, when Aiden Hill first started off with the Coyotes, he was also busy. He was.
Mhm.
And you watch him slide around. And he competed similar to Vejmelka, and they were very similar then. But watch Aiden Hill play now. He never leaves the blue paint. Like, he is compact. He's tight. Sean Burke's got him back closer to the goal line where Sean used to play.
The goalie whisperer is
Aiden
there.
Hill
Yeah.
does not play that slipper. Aiden Hill is a massive goaltender with really good defensemen in front of him. Better team.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, like,
Leaps
yes,
and
a big part of his success is the team in front of him.
100%.
Also, the big part is the coach you just mentioned, who did wonders here as well.
Yeah.
Sean Burke's a hell of a goalie
Yeah.
coach.
He doesn't face rebounds like Vejmelka does.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to get that second shots, and he sees most shots. But comparing Aiden Hill to Vejmelka, literally no comparison. Not fair.
Do we want to talk career numbers for Karel Vejmelka?
Sure.
Yes.
And listen, I've hammered this point home that goals against average and save percentage are team stats. There aren't a lot of great goaltending stats, as goalie people will tell you. Some of the ones that people like to mention, guys like Kevin Woodley, for instance, adjusted goals against average. For Karel Vejmelka, 3.62. And you can say, well, early on the Coyotes were terrible, and that's true.
Yep.
But his adjusted goals against average this year is 3.55. Also not good. Goals saved above average, negative 26.5 for his career, negative 4. Coming into tonight, I'm guessing it's going to drop because he didn't do them any favors tonight. And listen, you can certainly say that the defensive effort wasn't there at times for the Coyotes. We've been able to say that most of this season. But your goalie has to steal a few. He's got to make some big saves for you. I mean, when I look at the first goal that put them... And they came back and tied it up. I didn't mind the rebound on that one as much as his inability to find the puck.
Right.
And there was all kinds of mistakes on that goal. But as the game progressed, they tied the game up. And then I didn't like his game from that point on. I just didn't like. I mean, he made some saves in the third period. Who cares when the game was already decided? But he didn't come through in those big moments for them.
One of the concerns I have, though, Craig, is if right now, if Connor Ingram looks like he's going to take the ball as the number one, is that a fair statement for right now? As a backup goaltender, which he is then, if Ingram's a starter, he's the backup. You have to be able to go 3, 4, 5 games without playing and play, you know what? Average. That's what you need from a backup goaltender. Just be average, which means stop the pucks you're supposed to stop. That's it. And if you make 1 or 2 saves above that are a great save, then all the more better. But a backup needs to save the pucks he is supposed to save. That's it. That's his job. And I don't feel that the goal behind the goal line, I think the first one he lost. I know it's not a bad rebound, but he loses the puck, doesn't see it. The Krebs goal, he's off the post by 2 feet on a play that he doesn't need to move that far on. So of the 5 goals, 3? I mean, one of them's an empty net. So 3 of the 4?
Yeah, that he could have stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
That I think
there was a bad rebound on one.
Could stop, should
shot
stop.
from the point. That wasn't even a slap shot. It was a wrist shot. Controlled the damn rebound.
Yeah, and I don't want to make I want to be clear. Not pinning this loss on Karel Vejmelka by any stretch of the imagination. This team turned the puck over through 3 periods horrifically. They did not capitalize on the power play. They weren't able to create any offense at all, either on the forecheck or on the power play. So it's not Karel Vejmelka's fault. They needed him to be exceptional, and he wasn't. And when this team has shown that they're not good enough to compete offensively, they need to have that effort from their goaltender, and they didn't get it. So now they've got a conundrum. Now they got a problem. Ingram's going to go tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. In PPG, you can talk about the numbers you have there. They are just horrific. So it might not get any better tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you want to hear those numbers?
I do want to hear what PPG paying.
Well, you've already given away the answer to my trivia question, which
did?
was, in which building do the Coyotes have, in which current NHL building do the Coyotes have their worst winning percentage? It's not TD Garden.
I thought it was TD Garden.
It's PPJ Paints Arena, where they are 1-10 lifetime. 1-10. They've been outscored 47-13 in those 11 years.
Yeah, I remember going into that building and not just losing, but losing.
Getting bombed.
Like 5-1, 6-1, 7. I went one time, and I think it was Mike Rupp. We have to go back. Not only did we lose the game, we lost all the fights, too. Like, it was just horrific playing in that building. Yeah, I'm not optimistic about this one on a back-to-back.
I like it. Who outdrew the Coyotes? Next up, PPG Paints Arena, where the Coyotes are putrid, pathetic, gross. PPG.
We got their creative hats on today. I'm concerned.
Wait, I would change one of those P words.
To poop.
Yeah.
Somehow I knew it, Craig. Craig's like
oh, Lord. Okay,
I'm stuck on it.
Going back to Veggie for 1 second, Florence had asked in the chat, is it Veggie style, or is this psychological, or both?
You mean the style sliding around? Are we talking about?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, is his the goals against and all these things reflective of his confidence or his style of play?
It's probably both.
Both. I'll go farther. I think when he's confident, he is big enough to stop the puck. We've seen that. I have had a problem with his style since he got here.
Poopy, pathetic, gross. Is that how you feel about his style?
I have, and I'm frustrated because I think there's something there, but he's still young enough that he can fix some of those things, and he hasn't. And I'm concerned about that because you know what people were saying last summer? Trade Vejmelka. Well, I want to see, and I know I saw in the Discord as recently as 2 weeks ago. Well, I want somebody to tell me where the market for Karel Vejmelka is. I want his career save percentage below 900. His saves is over 350. He's losing. He's got an incredibly bad record. Like, do you think the Edmonton Oilers are jumping up and down going, I need that guy?
Do you know what one of the cardinal rules is of being a GM in the NHL? Do not sell your assets when they are devalued. Right now, he is devalued.
Yep.
Anybody scouting this guy, any pro scout right now is saying, this guy's struggling right now.
So what needs to happen now? Because clearly he's not going anywhere. They can't trade him. He's not tradable. So what, in my opinion, I think they were on the right path of trying to break him down and getting more practice time, getting more one-on-one time with the goaltender coach and see if you can get him out of these habits. Because, and Danielle's a baseball fan. You've seen baseball pitchers that have been very good, and then all of a sudden they go in these slumps, and you've got to find a way. You got to find a way out of it.
I'm glad you brought this up, though, because we in our criticism of Karel Vejmelka, we need to mention it's been a really long time since he played November 22nd, right?
Yep. 19 days.
Yeah, 19 days.
7 games, I
Andre
think.
Tourigny the other day mentioned, we haven't had any practice time, so we're going to play Ingram in the first game of this road trip and probably in the second one because we're going to be off on Sunday. And suddenly they came back with Vejmelka because they had a skate. So is that fair to the guy either? He hasn't really had the
They didn't practice Friday.
reps.
They didn't practice Saturday.
So maybe he's rusty too. Maybe that's part of the problem here.
Yeah.
And I get wanting to get him back in, but you might want to do it after a practice. Maybe they didn't do him any service tonight by putting him in this situation.
That's fair because, and Craig, we can both attest to this, even though we never played at nearly this level. But as a goaltender, you need to see the puck once in a while. Like he hasn't been in a game speed. You can practice all you want, you can, but game speed and game situations are just different. And he hasn't played for so long. You're right, and it's unfortunate that the team in front of him didn't play well enough tonight to at least get him through the first period. You know, and that's that right off the hop, you're giving up even the goal that goes in. It's a partial breakaway. Like, come on, like you can't. How many times?
Bad change.
Yeah, how many times did we see that from this team tonight?
I think it was Milos Kellerman who didn't pick up his man, and
they didn't defend well. And I think the awareness and leadership in this group should have recognized that our goalie hasn't played in a long time. Tyson Nash said it on TV too, that they didn't bail him out, and it just means I keep going back to playing simple. This team they make too many mistakes defensively. They're going to have to sharpen up because right now they're in the playoff spot again. Let's get healthy and see where this team is, by the end of the year. Hopefully they get some bodies back here soon.
Still some stuff to talk about. Nikita Kucherov in the chat. Maybe you guys need a super talented Russian scoring winger. Nikita, we'll take you. Yeah. Veggie for Nikita Kucherov, one for one. All right, a couple other things to talk about, but first, we can't really depend on Coyotes goaltending, but we can depend on Desert Financial Credit Union because for more than 84 years, Desert Financial has been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union, and Craig banks there.
I do.
So there you go. That's all you really need to know. What more do I need to say?
Slogan? Should we? If it's good enough for Craig, it's probably too good for you.
There you go. Oh my God! And
like
right now,
Scrooge McDuck. I can see Craig rolling around in his coins. Do you get that reference, Leah?
No.
Scrooge McDuck.
I got you.
No.
I feel
when you open a free checking, Danielle got it too.
Danielle's she got her cartoons.
When you open a free checking account online, get $200 in bonuses. You can get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200. Do you think
they let you do that at Desert Financial Credit Union? Let you roll around in your money, like in the vault? Probably not. Never mind.
Someone
for
can
exclusive members.
Craig puts a swimming suit on. Never mind.
Oh boy.
No need for that visual.
Don't know how you feel about betting on the Coyotes right now, but there's some players that are hot. Carcone, we'll talk about him in a little bit. So if you want to bet on that, you can do so over at BetMGM. Or also, if you actually want to bet against the Coyotes tomorrow, just given their record at PPG Paints, maybe you want to do that too. Either way, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use the bonus code PHNX when you sign up. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile application of at least $10. And if that bet loses, your bonus bonus bets will become available. Once your initial wager is settled, you can get up to $1,500 back in bonus bets. So there you have it. Check out the show notes for full details. And now you can listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., New York, or Ontario.
I don't know who this Sean character is in our chat, but we might have to report him to the proper authority.
We might have to ban him.
Dubious.
Sounds like a bot to me.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my goodness.
I have a question.
Okay.
That I'm struggling with right now. And Craig as a journeyman reporter might be the better person to ask.
I get labeled as journeyman.
You're old.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of the. But you've had to report on things that either on players that may be uncomfortable and have say bad things about people. So as I'm reflecting back on the first 20 minutes of the show, and we've been kind of hard on Vejmelka, and we've been critical. Is it fair?
I think it's fair.
Okay.
I think it's fair.
Because doing this job, I've always been on the other side, and it's easy to sit here and critique and criticize. Sure. And I'm just trying to say, is it fair? And
at least we pointed out some of the mitigating circumstances, right? Like the fact that he hasn't played in almost 3 weeks.
The team was not great tonight.
Yeah, all of that matters. But again, compare the goalies side by side.
Yeah. And that's why I want to make sure I'm fair and tempered, because sometimes I get my emotions into it. I don't think he's played good enough right now. And clearly right now this team has the number one goalie, and it's not Karel Vejmelka.
Well, switching gears from goaltending, we talk about the walking and talking bump on the show. Maybe Veggie needs to walk and talk with PD. I'll just put that out there.
I don't think he's going to do it now. I'll have to get way away from him. I didn't mean it. I just said that.
But we said sometimes it's not the next game, it's the game after.
We did say that.
So Kesselring did have his best game right after walking and talking, then got scratched, so it didn't even count.
Doesn't count as a game.
Well,
he didn't play.
It's the game after. And what happens? Michael Kesselring, first NHL goal.
First goal.
Gets it.
He said he could use a goal. I swear he said he could use a goal.
Obviously, he didn't have any.
In the locker room.
He had 0 career goals.
Craig, did you hear that story?
I did.
That Parker said, well, do you want to go? He started explaining what walking and talking is. I know what walking and talking is.
Everybody knows.
I need a goal.
There are players requesting trades here. That
so
are
they can,
right
so
now,
they can walk with Petey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Someone in the Discord has requested it for their favorite player, but that's another story. Anyway,
is Nikita Kucherov, has he officially requested a trade?
Well, a trade, because he doesn't need to walk and talk. He's freaking dominating. Just fine.
Yeah,
but
he's doing all right.
Kesselring, it's good to see that side of him, because he's a guy that hasn't been known as an offensive player. He's more of a defensive defenseman. One of the things, and we talked to his mentor Jason Demers earlier today. Jason JD would really like to see Kesselring dig in the defensive zone and show a little bit of that grit. And I think there was an opportunity tonight on it was the second or fourth goal.
The bad rebound that I talked about from the point. Yeah. He needed to move his man out.
And right there, Kesselring's looking for the puck. And one of the things you need to do as a defenseman on a rebound play like that, don't worry about the puck. Just you see your opponent, don't let him get the puck so you knock him over.
Get into his body. Yeah.
Get into his body. And I think Kesselring's big enough to do that.
Yep.
I don't think we've seen that side of his game yet. He's going to have to find that here. Yep. And if he can't find it here, he's going to need to find it down in Tucson. He's got to be, he's big enough, strong enough, skates well enough. There's a lot of good things in his game, but he's got to get that little bit of a bite. He's going to need that, because this team needs defensemen like that.
Well, like I said, first NHL goal from Kesselring, walking and talking bump, first goal from a defender in 10 games.
Is that
for the
true?
Coyotes. Tyson Nash said it, so I took his word for it.
Must be true.
Cooley and Kellerman get the assists, and even though he made a mistake later on, you can't overlook scoring your first NHL goal. It's an amazing achievement. So for that, Michael Kesselring has that desert dog in him for his first NHL goal. Congrats to Michael Kesselring, and he got what he wanted when he walked and talked with Petey, a goal. So hopefully it's the first of many in his career and the first of many this season. We will see. So congrats to Michael Kesselring. I want to stay on the positivity train for just a second, since we're already on it. And let's talk about Michael Carcone.
Oh. Can we do this? Should we go to the other hand?
Yeah, maybe like this is Michelli and this is Carcone.
Okay.
So Michael Carcone, we spent some time talking about him on the last post-game show, and we were talking about him again tonight. How was that for a sentence? And he scores. So you get to be talked about, Michael Carcone, because you scored your 14th goal of the season. And that pass for Matias Michelli, the puck management, like
walked through 3 players.
What the heck
After
was
that pivot along the boards where he just stopped on a dime and went the other direction, then walked through 3 players and got the puck through traffic. Granted, it wasn't on the tape, but Carcone made a nice place to get it from a skate to a stick. But ridiculous play by Matias Michelli.
Shorthanded goal.
Hey, we can do both.
Yeah,
things.
both hands.
Yeah.
Shorthanded goal for Carcone also, which was great to see. But Michael Carcone is having himself a season. We talked the other night about his 5-on-5 proficiency, but something we haven't talked about yet is his shooting percentage.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us stat-wise, Craig?
Well, he's shooting 36% right now. And you'll hear stat people say, well, he's due for a regression. You're right. He is. He's not going to shoot 36% for the season. You want to know what the highest shooting percentage for a single season is in NHL history?
I do.
It's Charlie Simmer.
Really?
In 1980-81, he shot 32.7
for an entire season.
For an entire season,
That's
which
insane.
is just insane.
But what year?
80-81.
Yeah, go look at the goalies in 1981.
Yeah, where
Vasilevsky
guys were scoring from the boards.
Where
they go?
Andy Moog and Darren Pang in there. Like,
it's so
buddy.
true. Goaltending was just horrible back then.
Just different.
Amazing. That's a nice way of putting
It's different.
Bad.
Different game.
Amazingly, Michael Carcone is not leading the NHL in shooting percentage this season. Robbie Fabry is at 40%.
Wow.
Neither of those stats is going to last. But what's realistic? So I went back and looked at last season. One player shot like 27%, but there were a bunch of players, and shooting percentages have been coming up, by the way. There were a bunch of players around 21%. So can you stick at that? Even that would be unbelievable.
20 would be unbelievable.
He's got 14 goals. This guy's going to score 20 goals this season.
That's unbelievable.
No one saw that coming.
No.
And the other thing is his time on ice is like nothing compared to these other guys.
Yeah, if you put that into the equation, into his goal scoring equation, most goals scored per 60 or whatever you want to equate it, he might be one of the NHL leaders.
Yeah.
Not might be, he is.
He is. In 5-on-5 goals, he is. And yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy. He does. I got to give it to him. Like his ability. And one of the things last season, we interviewed him 2 years ago down in Tucson on the wall with him. He and Michelli came in after the game.
Yeah.
And last year, it's the Michelli show. He fourth in the Calder, most points per game for a rookie. And we got to talk to Carcone a few times that season. It was like, well, how do you feel about it? Like, what does that do to you? And he was so gracious and humble about Michelli. He said, yeah, I want to be there, but I'm so happy for him. And he said all the right things, and he didn't pout. He didn't complain. He just kept working at his craft, leads the league in scoring. And now look at him. There's nobody in this panel that would have, that would have thought this was going to happen for this kid. Like, it's amazing. I'm so happy for him because he works at it. He's a good person, and he's got a great attitude, and he works really hard. So I'm so happy for Michael Carcone. He's having this kind of success. The problem is when Michael Carcone is leading your team in goals, you're probably not a very good team. They need their better players. They need Clayton Keller. They need Nick Schmaltz. They need these guys to be scoring. Those guys need to be on top of this team. That's their all-stars. So I hopefully they start getting back on track soon to snap out of this losing streak. I hope it happens soon.
I want to go back to something that I wrote about Carcone. I know I've mentioned it in brief, but I wanted to actually look it up to remember the actual facts. Nobody drafted him out of Drummondville. He had 89 points in 66 games in his 19-year-old year in the Q. Got offers to attend camps for the Maple Leafs and Canucks. Could have chosen the hometown Leafs. But as I wrote, when Jim Benning called from Vancouver, he swung for the fences. Benning asked him, what's it going to take to get you out? And he said, I want a 3-year entry-level deal. Just said it like a guy who's just hasn't been drafted. Basically, you're looking at him as a PTO or a camp guy. Carcone had to act as his own agent because the family could not find a certified agent who would represent him.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Bet he could now.
Yeah. Well, he has one now. And he's on as we said, a one-way. And
2-year one-way deal.
Man, he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Anyway.
Unreal.
Good story.
Unreal.
That's a feel-good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. Well,
We
now
needed it tonight.
we did, and now I'm going to take us back to not feel good
Oh, good.
territory. Because I feel like you had the winning streak at home, the Mullet Magic. I feel like the Magician was pulling some strings there in the building. You felt the good vibes,
Yep.
and then you get on this road trip, and now they've lost 3 in a row, 2 on the road, and you're starting to feel the effects of the injuries.
Mhm.
And if you look at the man games lost, McBain 14 games, Hayton 11 games, Boyd 5 games. That's 3 of your 4 centers on this team. And somehow they muscled through that homestand, and not only muscled through, like dominated some of those games, but it feels like you're starting to feel it now. And you look at these last 3 games, the 3 games they've lost, and they've given up 14 goals. And we spent a lot of time talking about Veggie tonight, but the defending hasn't been great from this team either. And it's been a struggle and tough to see. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players -2 tonight. Cooley, Stetcher, Dermott, Kerfoot, Keller, and Brown. It's just been a tough go of it for this team as of late, and it's kind of depressing.
Yeah, and I go back to, I'm frustrated the way this team defends, and it's a style of play that I came from a school of, my dad was a college coach. He was a goaltender. He coached very defensively. He was always outmanned. His team was always the lesser of the teams, so he had to learn how to coach defensively. Defense first. Dave Tippett's one of the guys I looked through here that I worked for many years, and he was always defense first. And they have a particular style of defending, and this team takes more chances. This team, it's more of a swarm defense, which means they're chasing the puck more. It tires players out more, and it leaves too many openings in front of the net. I'm not coaching the team, so it's not my problem. I wish they would protect the house more. When you see teams like we talked about the Vegas Golden Knights and what Cassidy's has done there, and they really protect the house. I'd like to see this team do that more. But having said that, they have to get better at managing the puck in their own end. That would help solve a lot of the problems defensively. They wouldn't defend as much if they would stop turning the puck over.
Blind passes. How often recently have we seen blind passes or passes to the middle of the ice?
Yeah, just blind backhand passes.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
So you're saying don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And again, this league is about creating offense. You need to make plays like that. You need to make plays through the middle of the ice, and you watch the best players in the league can make those plays. Guess what? This team can't do it right now. So if you can't do it and you're continuing to turn the puck over, stop turning the puck over. And you're not Connor McDavid. You can't make those little touch passes to the middle of the ice. Sidney Crosby and Malkin, they can make those little touch passes to the middle of the ice. This team can't right now, so don't. Stop it. Offensive zone, let it go. Do whatever you need to do. Watch Michele try to pass through 4 guys. I'm okay with that from the offensive blue line in. I just don't like it from the defensive blue line down. I don't like to see those turnovers through the middle of the ice. I think there's too many hope plays, coulda, woulda, shoulda plays. They have to learn to make better plays. Otherwise, they defend too much, and we've seen this team defend. They can't. They just can't right now. So simplify the game. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer on the defensive side of the puck. But if they want to get back out of this, what were they doing in the 5-game streak?
Yeah.
They weren't making these mistakes with the puck. They managed the puck. We came in here and said, "Oh my gosh, they did it again." Mistake-free hockey.
Talk with Andre after that last 3-game losing streak. Take care of the damn puck. Take care of the damn puck and stop with the breakdowns.
Yep.
Well, we're back to it now.
Brian said all defensemen on walking and talking.
Yeah, we do a group.
Just walk and talk defense edition.
I'm good with JJ Mosier right now.
Yeah,
JJ Mosier's fine.
Well, he walked and talked.
Well, everybody has at this point. They all want a piece of it.
Yeah, but JJ Mosier, you said you're fine with him, and he's the only one who's walking and talk.
You need it current. You need it current. Like you gotta like
look at Julian.
Buy for
he got like the goat head.
It's like medicine. It's like a It's like a drug. Let's be honest.
Julian, thanks for jumping in from Buffalo. That takes guts to drop in Buffalo.
By the way, that's such a nice message from an opposing fan. Sorry, Yotes fans. We needed this one badly, though. Julian, we appreciate you. Yes. Thanks for being here.
Even though, Julian, and you know our resident Buffalo fan, Sean DePaz here, I personally don't like the goat head era. Sean grew up in the goat head era with Chatin and Briere, and I want the blue and gold. I want the Buffalo, and I want the 2 swords.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I like the classic.
Okay, sorry. I did want to ask, can I answer one more question?
Sure.
It was way up, so we'll probably scroll past it. Somebody asked a question about on a back-to-back.
Oh, Robert Lee asked.
Was it Robert Lee asked it?
Do they wash away jerseys after away back-to-backs at the arena in Buffalo before they leave or when they get to the next arena? Or do they have 2 sets of away uniforms?
That's an interesting question. I know the answer to that question.
What's the answer?
They are going to wash the jerseys the second they arrive in Pittsburgh tonight. They'll throw all the dirty gear in. The second the game ends, they have 30 minutes to get on the bus outside the arena. From the second the game ends, not when they get in the locker room, that buzzer goes, you got 30 minutes.
Play that out even farther to give people an idea of what life looks like for the equipment staff now.
Oh, from right now? So as soon as the buzzer ends, they are scrambling. And there's 3 guys that travel with the team, they're equipment guys, and then they'll have 2 guys, sometimes 3 of the visiting team that helps them. And it's a race. It's a gong show. You should see these guys pack, because everything that you see has to go inside trunks and bags, and it's got to be prepared, and it's got to get on the truck and out 10 minutes before the bus leaves. So when we say the bus leaves in 30, they're leaving in 20 minutes.
Yep. And then they hit the ground in Pittsburgh, which, by the way, is not a close airport.
No, it's a long airport.
Yeah.
And then they go right to the rink. The
Yep.
players go right to the hotel, get their key, go to bed. Those guys are going to the rink, and that's where the stuff gets laundered. So right away, all of the socks, the outside
Legends.
socks, their underwear from underneath, jerseys are all getting washed right now. Probably not yet. And then they're hanging up all the gear.
Yeah.
They're sitting in their stalls. They'll get the nameplates and slide the players' nameplates in. So tomorrow morning, after the players have napped, had 2 or 3 team meals by then, and get to the rink, their stall looks exactly in PPG as it would in Mullet, as it would in Maple Leaf Garden,
Amazing
anywhere.
work,
It's the
you guys.
exact same setup. So you know exactly. And if a guy has a special headband, sweatband, wristband, socks, whatever it is, if he wears a hat for interviews, those guys have everything. Everything. Guy's got a special shampoo. It's in his stall. It's amazing. It's
the hours
amazing.
those guys work.
Amazing.
And their nails, too. They're just
Unbelievable.
on it. Do you remember when we were in Australia and we went back, and then
To the other rink.
I had a bag that had to go inside a bag to fly. They needed it loaded up inside a duffel. And this was, we had cleared out of Rod Laver Arena. We were back at the place. Stan Wilson was still at Rod Laver.
Yeah,
I went
like
back
hours
and
later.
Stan was there, and I looked at the locker room, and it was chaos at that point because he's still working. Like you can't believe the hours these guys work. It's unbelievable what they do.
Yeah, and I want to thank Mark. Thanks, Tips. Mark Snow, you see his comment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope
Thanks,
that
Mark. I was kidding, Mark.
I hope
Nothing
that
matters. We
the
know.
players.
Yeah, thanks a lot for pointing that out,
Yes.
Mark.
We should. I feel like we need to treat the equipment guys. We'll get them some Arizona lottery tickets this holiday season.
Let's do it.
Because just buy a handful.
I'm gonna
They
do
start
it
at $1.
And film them scratching them.
Yeah, give it to
doing
the equipment guys.
Yep.
They deserve some winnings.
And I'll give them to them if they let me film them scratching them.
There you go.
Okay, I'm doing it.
PD
Instead of walking
PD
and
coming up
talking,
with
we're walking and scratching.
wow.
Sitting and scratching.
Sitting and scratching.
That doesn't
Oh,
sound
that
so
doesn't
good.
sound right. That sounds like another problem. Never mind.
Manscaped. Okay.
I'm in my 50s.
All right.
Oh, no.
But I like it. The Arizona Lottery. I'll pick it up on the way to the rink, and we'll do that. We'll sit and scratch.
Yes. Well, scratchers start at just $1. Top prizes up to $500,000.
Oh,
Make a great holiday gift, a great stocking stuffer. I will be stuffing everyone's stockings with Arizona Lottery holiday scratchers. So you can go out and buy your holiday scratchers today. Find a retailer like our friends at Circle K near you at ArizonaLottery.com, and you must be 21 or older to play. I think we're all missing Coyotes being at home, not just for the Mullet Magic, but for the Mullet Magician as well, of course. So if you want to check out the Coyotes when they come home this weekend, another back-to-back, you can see the Sabres in person. You can see the Sharks, who are having a very interesting stretch of their
a little
season.
resurgence.
That should be an interesting game. If you want to check them out, head on over to Game Time to grab your tickets. Somebody tweeted at us today that they're going, I think they went to the game today in Buffalo, and they used the $20 off using code PHNX with Game Time. So
Nice.
it works. So thank you for sharing that experience with us. And we hope that you use the code because Game Time is so easy to use. We've all used it. It's stress-free. And the thing I like about it is it just tells you how much it is. Like they're not, sometimes you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then it's all the fees. And you're like, wait a second, like it's just Game Time is straight up. So that's what I like about it. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
I have all kinds of bad taglines going through my head for the lottery now after sitting and scratching.
I know.
But anyway, Mark Snow is right. 71. We need more likes.
We need more likes. The mullet magician is begging.
Smash
He's
that like
pleading
button.
and begging for
There
more
he
likes.
is. Hey, when is we going to see him again?
I don't know.
Wait, I mean,
Well, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule.
I hear he's struggling financially lately.
No gigs for the mullet magician. Okay, let's take a look. We talked about Pittsburgh and how horrific that could be tomorrow. But then San Jose is coming to town Friday, and the Sabres, they're making their way out west.
San Jose is coming to town.
And that's it for Christmas.
You beat me to it, Craig.
That's
That's
hilarious.
For Christmas.
And then the Sabres, the Coyotes have a chance for revenge. And then you look ahead, Jacob Chikrin and the Ottawa Senators home on Tuesday the 19th. And then
that, by the way, that promo that night at Mullet is raw meat night.
Vampire night.
Yeah, vampire.
San Jose again.
So good. Now that's the kind of stuff that I support for social media. They should market that. It's vampire night.
Who was he talking to today? I saw it again on Twitter where they're talking about his diet in a one-on-one sit-down interview. Was it Sarah
Craig
Valley?
had it first. Go
was it Sarah Valley?
What's in the
So
box?
San Jose, and then they finish off before.
Wait, but can you pull it up, because look what time the San Jose game is.
Yeah, no.
8:30 p.m.
On Thursday the 20th. No.
And then to
no.
Colorado. So yeah, it's a busy 2 weeks coming up for the Yotes.
Can I boycott that game or something? Can I do it from home? Can I do it from? I don't know. Like no.
We should wear pajamas.
It'll be 11:45 airtime.
Oh yeah.
But one thing before we continue, I want to talk about Pittsburgh Penguins just really briefly. This is not the Pittsburgh Penguins that's won Stanley Cups. This is the Pittsburgh Penguin team that's lost 5 of their last 6. They haven't scored a power play goal in 13 games. 13 games.
Their coach just got the dreaded vote of confidence from the GM.
Malkin, Crosby, Carlson, Letang, Russ. How many? 0 in 13 games. So that means
yikes.
They're probably due for like 3 for 5 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But speaking of Pittsburgh, there is one really cool storyline, because Logan Cooley was born and raised in the Pittsburgh area.
West Mifflin.
And he makes his first makes his first return to Pittsburgh since being in the NHL. Craig has a story coming tomorrow. Go PHNX.com.
Yeah. Spoke to his brothers. Just wanted to do a relationship on the brothers and how much they meant. Particularly his older brother Eric, who was really his mentor. So it was a fun story to write, mostly because they told great stories.
Yeah.
Yes, they told great stories. No holds barred stories about one another. So
and that's good. That's the kind of stuff you want to read about, right?
Absolutely.
Find out about the person behind the person.
Yep.
Yeah. Really looking forward to that story, and looking forward to seeing all of Logan Cooley's family and friends, and hopefully he can have a big night.
I hope so.
Had an assist tonight, quietly.
Yeah.
He had a goal last week against Washington. You want to see that from him. I know he's on the 4th line right now. We talked about it the other day, so we don't need to dive too much into it. But just hoping for a big night for him, because that's probably going to be a really special moment in his career.
Yeah, I mean, Andre will probably scratch him, just like he did with Michael Kesselring in Boston. But no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You know what else I'm excited about seeing? Someone else in that chair tomorrow.
Yeah, Petey, speaking of taking nights off, he's off tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
Petey's taking another day off.
Roster tomorrow.
Petey's scratched, and we were calling up.
Yeah, I'm getting concerned about these guys that are replacing me, because they're really good at what they do. And the one guy's now on national television after he sat in our chair twice.
Yep, that's what we do.
TV deal.
We launch careers.
And this guy tomorrow, he's
a lot of fun. Brings some good energy.
Yeah.
Have we said the name yet?
We haven't.
Not on this show.
The name is Jordan Schmaltz. Yes, Nick Schmaltz's brother, former Coyote, former NHL defenseman. He'll be in studio replacing Petey, who is taking another day off.
Yep. I'm concerned because he's got this
Christmas
Hockey Night
shopping
in Scottsdale bit.
Yeah, hilarious.
With Heat Daddy.
With Heat Daddy.
I mean,
and
they mic'd him up at the Coyotes game. He was wearing a mullet. He's hilarious. So we're excited. And not only will he help us analyze the game tomorrow night, but we're going to dig for some dirt on Nick Schmaltz.
Which we may need to do if the PPG Paints curse continues. So
the whole show might just be us
might just
asking Jordan about Nick. So That's
unbelievable.
But I'm really excited. So
I am
Jordan,
too. I hope
Jordan
I get
Schmaltz,
to catch some of it. We'll see.
Yeah, really, really excited. And yeah, Schmaltzmas time. We get the double
right.
Schmaltz, and maybe Nick
perfect
Schmaltz will
time.
have a big night, so we can talk.
He usually
about
does when his family's in attendance. Does this count? I don't know.
I don't know.
find
We'll have
out.
to see.
It's like, is Patrick Kane on the Legends Coyotes team? We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We haven't get the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to have the
And
board.
Connor
waiting.
Ingram is getting the start tomorrow.
Yes, he is. Andre said that today.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the punch card presented by Arizona Lottery. Again, don't forget to get out and buy your holiday scratchers. And guess what, you guys? We finished another line on
Is Sean
the
DePaul
punch
still
card.
on the chat? This still bothers. It's going to bother me until we get done with this season. Nine in a row.
Well,
Why, Craig? Why is there 9 in a row?
well-
If you were going to make a row, how many would you put in the row?
Petey, I fixed. I actually fixed it
No
for you
shit.
today, Petey.
10.
Yeah, yeah, I fixed it. Is that better?
It's the 69 alone on its own row for me.
Nice.
If you're listening on audio, Danielle
that's
did some very
Danielle.
haphazard
Oh,
editing.
God,
It's
that's
very
funny.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought
So
you were
there you
liking
go.
Petey.
Which one do you like
that's
better
good.
now,
Okay, maybe
Petey?
that one's not. quite.
Is that? Yeah.
Oh, so
There's
Sean
DePaul.
still is here.
But Sean, why 9? Why didn't you go 10? It's 10. It's 8 rows of 10 and then 2 left over. I don't get it. I never get it. With my neuroses, that's going to bother me for another 3 months.
Oh, I think we should use Danielle's then.
I know.
That's
Oh,
really
that
gonna
would
drive
be
me crazy.
worse.
Yeah, that gives me
Just
anxiety.
scatter them all over the place.
will give
Oh
me
my
anxiety.
god, the 69 by
Thanks,
itself
nice.
is so
That's
funny.
good.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
See, bees. I like bees and shadow.
But another row in the punch card done, and
Yes.
now for the second time this season, the
Nice.
Coyotes have lost 3 straight games. But the last time they did that, they went on a 5-game winning streak after. So I don't know, but I guess that's all to say. I would like to see a little bit more consistency.
Yeah. I'm curious as Z is out in Pittsburgh and
Yep.
see who the rooting interests go live.
Said I'm on the Yotes train tomorrow
like
for
it.
sure.
I do like the idea of alternating 3-game losing streaks, then 5-game win streaks, though. That
Yeah,
that
if
would
they
play
do
out
that
well.
for the entire year, that's
Yeah, it would
fine.
play out well.
I'm ready for another 5-game win streak. It is not as fun to talk about losses.
Nope.
And you know what I was sitting there thinking about today? Because for 2 full seasons, we rooted for losses.
Yes.
And we're rooting for losses. And when they won, it was stressful. When they lost, we're like, okay, that's what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Rooting for a win and them losing,
It's
not fun.
not fun.
Not fun. And this is what sports is. So, I mean, man, just crazy.
I'm with you on that.
But
It's a different vibe.
It's a very weird
because even
feeling.
last year when we were rooting for losses and they won, you're like, well, at least they won. But now it's not that. It is harder to
There's
root
no
for a team
silver
that's better.
lining.
There is no silver lining in a
No.
loss.
There's just
No.
pain.
No, just pain.
That's what being a sports fan is.
But if they get last, they can get Connor Bedard. Oh, wait a minute.
Macklin, never mind.
Never
They're not
mind.
getting
Cole,
him anyway.
Connor Bedard. Connor Ingram. So, last year we didn't win. Never mind.
well,
I'll never get over
being
that.
a sports fan is pain and suffering. So why not suffer together and become a diehard? Join the family. Petey did something amazing today. Can you explain?
Yeah, there was a diehard asked a question the other day in about what happened on a specific goal in the Boston Bruin game. And I thought, I can't type this out because I don't want to write like Craig. That's too hard. So instead, I pulled out the video machine and I broke it all down on video and I threw it in the Discord for diehards only. And it was a lot of fun, and it helped teach in the game, and that I really enjoyed it. And I think the diehards had a good time doing it, but only diehards had the opportunity to see it. The PD's Puck Talk Diehard Edition.
Yep.
More to come on that, by the way. Now that I know how to do it and how easy it is to do, we're going to see more and more of that. So if you do want to see something, and you are a diehard, don't be afraid to DM me in Discord with questions.
Yeah, absolutely. PD is always willing to answer questions. One of the many perks of being a diehard, it was an amazing breakdown, and also. Like Danielle is newer to hockey, but has learned a ton from PD. I've even learned from you, and I've been watching hockey my whole life. So just one of the many amazing perks. Craig's prospect report is coming soon. That's for diehards only. Thursday. There you go.
Do we know the names on this one?
Yes. Connor Geeky.
Oh, it's the one. There wasn't one from the last time we talked. Okay.
Yeah. That's the only one I remembered, but that's because he's Justin Kipke, and
two.
there was a
Carson
goalie.
Musser.
Yes. Anywho, you also get 20% off shirts, 20% off events, a free shirt or hat when you sign up, and so much more to come in 2024. So become a diehard, also a great gift this holiday season. So check it out. Well, if you want to watch the Phoenix Suns a team that is also probably really frustrating to watch lose because
I thought they had the big three and they're going to win the West.
Oh, well,
No?
Big Three is always injured, so it's pretty painful.
Does that have anything to do with their age?
Could.
Never
I
mind.
mean,
But
speaking
I'll
from
tune into the
experience.
PHNX Sun show.
definitely
And
check
if I
out
want to watch the games.
Arizona Family
Arizona
Sports.
Family.
That's the place to do it. Watch the Phoenix Suns, watch the PHNX Suns pregame, then switch over to Arizona's Family Sports. Wherever you get TV, you can watch Channel 3 TV. If you have an antenna, because you already watched the Coyotes, you can use Channel 3.5 or Channel 44 over the air as well. Just so many different options to watch the Phoenix Suns on Arizona's Family Sports. And wherever you live in Arizona, you can visit azfamily.com and click Suns games for listing information for your area. AZ Family is a great resource to help you find Phoenix Suns games on Arizona Family Sports.
What if I want to drink while I'm watching these games and these teams lose?
Well, I would recommend a Four Peaks beer, Craig.
Huh, that's a good idea.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Four Peaks, by the way, providing beer for the PHNX
Holiday
holiday party this week. So
Do we film content at the holiday party with the Four Peaks beverages on?
There
I
should not
mean,
be any content.
no,
from that
I don't
party, in
think
my
so.
opinion.
you
But
know
we're all-
Petey's gonna have
There
the
was
selfie
footage
stick.
leaked from the St. Patty's Day party, and I wasn't happy
I gotta
about
admit,
it.
I might have tweeted something.
Wasn't
from
happy
that
about
one.
it.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Four Peaks because it's best part of it is it's free 99. Like so, thank you to Four Peaks.
Yeah, thank you to Four Peaks, amazing partner, and they
Phenomenal
sell
partner.
beer everywhere you can
Everywhere.
buy beer. They have beer on tap, Four Peaks
Oh,
on tap everywhere
everywhere.
in Arizona. It's amazing.
And by the way, in Vegas,
Really,
Four Peaks on tap in Vegas
That's
at a
awesome.
lot of locations in Vegas.
That's
so let's
awesome.
hear Four Peaks there.
check
Kill
it
the
out.
beer.
And if you've never been to the 8th Street Pub, I highly recommend it. Amazing vibes, great food, underrated.
And the little gift shop in the front, like with all the t-shirts.
Amazing, including one of ours. We have a collab tee with Four Peaks. We haven't mentioned that in
Long time.
forever.
The orange one,
That,
love
the
it.
orange one, one of my
You can
favorite
get it there
shirts.
at 8th Street Pub.
You can literally buy it there. So if you don't want to order online and you want to physically go buy, 8th Street Pub. Visit 4peaks.com/locator to find all your favorite brewery tours and events. Check out at 4 Peaks Brew or at 4 Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. And you must be 21 or older to drink 4 Peaks, and please drink responsibly. All right. Any final thoughts before we wrap up for the night?
Nope.
I'm just concerned that this slide continues, and I think what I've said to pull them out before, I think they need an outstanding goaltending performance. Connor Ingram now, I don't think he was at his best 2 games ago against Philly. I think he was better in the loss against Boston. I think he needs to shine tomorrow against Pittsburgh because on a back-to-back, the key to this game when you're watching tomorrow is look for the first 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
He's got to get this team through the first 10 minutes, and if they can get through the first period tied or better, I think that gives them an opportunity to win. This first 10 minutes on a back-to-back is going to be hard for them in that building.
Agree. So, yeah, we'll be back because they're playing right back in tomorrow. At least it's another 5 o'clock Arizona time start, which we love. So we appreciate you all for being here, for watching. Again, leave a like on this video before you head out. And if you're listening on audio, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow us. How close are you to 2,000?
I am not there yet.
PD is
20-something.
trying to get to 2,000 followers
come
by
on,
the
get
end of
Petey
the
to
year.
2,000.
By the first of the year. Yeah.
At S. Peters Hockey. Follow him. You can follow me at Leah
25
Merrill.
away.
Follow Craig. That's 3 more than the other day. So
Yep.
we're inching
We're
away.
getting
You can follow Craig at Craig S. Morgan. Follow Danielle at Abrica Danielle. And you can follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. Enjoy the rest of your evening,
Congrats,
everybody.
Brian Fork.
And we will see you all tomorrow.
Poop.
We all silly like the mayor.